The following is a presentation of TFNN. Trade what you see with Larry Pesavento. Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648 or internationally at 727-873-7618. Now, Larry Pesavento.
Okay, looking good, Billy Ray. Feeling good, Lewis, from the offices of Duke and Duke, 100 South Broad Street, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, where the voting counting is going crazy, as usual, in the counting rooms here in Philadelphia. Let's move on to something important. I've posted the DAX. I've posted the FTSE. As you can see from the FTSE last night, we had a perfect ABCD to the downside. And true to form, it started to rally strongly. Also, you'll notice that the DAX went to the 382 about 6 or 7 days ago. We couldn't do that in the S&P. That's one of the reasons why in the newsletter we've been very positive over these last few weeks, is because the market just can't back off. Someday it will, but right now it hasn't. Folks, I'm going to change change my shirt today. Going to do a little something differently. If you remember a couple days ago, I think it was Monday, we took a look at this silver because it was setting right at the 61% retracement at 23.30. At that point, I had sent this video out. This is part of the video that I sent out that night, that it was probably a good buy at that point because of the fact that you didn't have to risk very much, and a major bottom had been put in at the 2260 level because that was a 79% retracement and a 1.618 expansion. So the pullback was probably good. Well, now the market has started to move higher. And as you can see here, we'll get it up here this morning so you'll be able to see where we are in the silver. We just hit 25.05, I believe, just a second ago. But now I'm going to show you what I'm doing with silver today. For what it's worth, 2 cents is overpaid if you pay. So let's take a look. Right now, we're watching silver coming in right here. And my prediction for silver today, let's get it up here. Where is it, silver? Shut the front door. Here it is. There we go. Here was my prediction today using the neural network, artificial intelligence. You'll notice that the prediction for silver was around 8:30 in the morning, that you wanted to be getting out of your silver and actually going short. So what we're going to do now is to show you where we are this morning here and put this up. And there you go. You're seeing that? That's what it's looking at. It doesn't work like this every day, but in fact, when it does, it works very, very well. If you remember on the really crazy day that we had, which was election night, I posted these things long before they happened. And you'll notice here that this was the original bottom when the market opened at 9:30. We had that quick sell-off, stopped at a 50% retracement, and then after that, the market started to move higher, and it moved higher all the way to the high of the day that came in around, it was around 34.80 at that time. Now, that was a big ABCD. Now, the way you have to use this forecast that I have is based on time, folks. It has nothing to do with price. It has just time. So if you're in silver, if you shorted the silver, like getting out of your long, going short, probably. But if you do that, then what you have to do is in a half an hour from now, if that position's not working, we're probably wrong. So you either exit the pattern or put your stop really, really close. It's all based on risk control. So I help to do this. Now, David White just posted. David, I don't know where you get these things, but by golly, these are really good. These are a post for Best Psychology for Traders. Wow, I should read this. I'm going to read it at the break, I think. But David, thanks for posting it. It's really great stuff because the psychology of this, is so very, very important. Folks, also, I want to mention, I don't know, you folks who don't follow blockchains and what's the other stuff they call? Cryptocurrencies and stuff, but look what's happened to the happened. The Bitcoin's up more than 100% this year. Of course, that's nothing compared to some of these things, but look at that triple bottom we had there at the 61% retracement there at 9,700. We're now above 15,000 today, folks. This thing is really accelerating to the upside. And we mentioned once it went above 11,600. is pretty much off to the races. Now, one of the features you're going to be getting here in the next 2 or 3 weeks in the newsletter is my good friend John Jameson is going to be writing some articles for us and some ideas of what he does and how he thinks. But I think you'll enjoy that. But that'll be coming in a few weeks because we'll be able to. There will be no charge for that. There's no extra charge or anything on that, but it's pretty cool. So let's move on here to talk about what else did I want to talk about. Let's talk about the little Bondowskis here. The bonds are moving. They did exactly what they should have done. You'll see that they made that beautiful 3 drive to a bottom down there at 70.10. But let's take a look at it a little bit closer here, folks, because this is what's happened to the bonds. And this is what we do with pattern recognition, is to try to find spots. Now, you'll notice that we had that 382 rally that happened on Monday, okay, and then we came sharply down into election night. You can see that. We hit the exact 1.618 number. I mean, you got an order sitting there at 170.12. I mean, it just went straight up. You'll notice in the midday yesterday, you had a minor 3 drive to a top pattern. I mean, very minor. And then today, you made the really important 1.27. You're up 5 handles, and so the market broke down, and now the short was triggered at 175.10, so you should be short the bonds, and we should have a move down to at least the 173 level if that's going to be the case. Now, you can't follow all of these markets, folks. At least I can't. I can follow about 6 or 8 of them, and then I try to find out of that 6 or 8, I find the best 2 or 3 that look pretty good. And then if they work, that's fine. If they don't work, just move on to the next bus. As my grandma said, always carry 2 quarters with you, because if the girl doesn't like you, get back on the bus and you're going to find one. So just be patient. That's what we're trying to do. Someone's asked a question about the astrology stuff that was that I told about Norm Winsky. Norm Winsky also mentioned in there that it was going to be a highly disputed contest is what he did. And if you'll remember, we had Bill Meridian on the day before the election, and he said, in fact, I think I still got those comments. Let's just get those up here. And hold on just a second here. Where is that son of a gun? Shut the front door and raise the rent. Where are those comments? Just give me, they want to, well, maybe I don't want to waste any more time, but I'm trying to find those comments. Where are they? I know they were here. Well, by the way, people, talking about the fact that the election's not good. In 2000, folks, the Gore-Bush thing went all the way. I think it was 2 or 5 weeks or something before the final top thing was in. And anyway, let's move on here to the next one here. I can't find it. But anyway, if you'll remember, Bill said in there that by golly, that, this thing is going to be disputed. He thought that there would be some problems, and that's due to Mercury or something like that. But I'll find it, and I'll do my best at the break here to find it and bring it up to you. Because, folks, the astrology doesn't work all the time. Nothing works all the time, and that's what you got to remember. It's all about risk control, and, that's basically it. The first thing that David's talking about is, well, let's move on here. 877-927-6648.
If you're not currently using the TAS Profile Scanner when looking at setting up your trading opportunities, then your arsenal is short a mighty weapon. The TAS Profile Scanner is a standalone piece of software that instantly filters over 2,500 global financial markets such as stocks, ETFs, commodity futures, and Forex. Headed by Steve Dahl, TAS understands that in today's technological world, the use of top-flight software applications and technical analysis expertise is essential to successful trading in today's market. You also gain access to the webinar that Steve Dahl and Tom O'Brien just hosted, The Best Way to Use the TAS Profile Scanner to Profit. This webinar archive is available for all subscribers immediately upon signing up. All new subscriptions also come with a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have nothing to risk. Start your subscription by visiting the front page of TFNN.com today, and you'll find the TAS Profile Scanner under the Services tab. Sign up today. Are you in the market for buying or selling real estate in the Bay Area, including the surrounding St. Petersburg, Tampa, and Clearwater markets? Tiger Real Estate LLC is a firm that has extensive experience in the Tampa Bay area. Whether you're looking to sell your current property for maximum value, or you're in the market for a second home or investment property, Tiger Realty has the experience across all areas of real estate in the Tampa Bay area to help buyers and sellers make the most informed decisions across all price levels. From the price you should be paying per square foot in certain up-and-coming areas to the type of cash flow investment properties are capable of creating, Tiger Real Estate can help you make the best decision when it comes to all areas of the market. Before you make one of the biggest decisions of your financial future, call Tiger Real Estate LLC today at 727-329-8322 or email us at tiger@tfnn.com. That's 727-329-8322. Call us today.
Many of our new listeners have heard about the Tiger's Den. The Tiger's Den is a lively community where professional traders and investors can meet, exchange ideas and information in a comfortable, moderated atmosphere. Hear all of the TFNN shows, plus see all of the charts as they happen live and have access to archives of all of those charts. You can test drive the Tiger's Den absolutely free for 30 days and greatly enrich your knowledge of these markets and how to make your money work for you. Details on the Tiger's Den are on the front page of TFNN.com.
TFNN has launched our brand new website. You can still visit us at the same TFNN.com URL, but when you do, you'll see a new and improved homepage with a much simpler navigation, whether you're watching Tiger TV live in high definition or just accessing your newsletter subscriptions. We even have new pricing in 6 months and yearly options. Check out the new TFNN.com now and experience all the upgrades. TFNN.com, educating investors.
Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-873-7618.
Okay, folks, we're back, and someone's asking about the soybeans, and you'll know that we've had a heck of a move up here to $11 a bushel, and Mr. Z's been running it the whole way on the long side, so I think it's hats off to him again. But we've had some great trades from him in the den, and we really want to thank him because he does a great job. Now, I want to post a trade. I'm not in this, but people are in it here in the den, and so I want to give them a heads up of what I'm seeing. And of course, if you it's just 2 cents worth because you've got to be watching. You have to make the responsibility. You'll notice we have this key support here at this 102 level. We're now back above where the folks bought it at 104. As long as we stay above that 102, it's got a pretty good chance of doing something pretty good. Now, I've also posted the forecast for the AI today of what we're looking at today. And as you can see here, we made this early morning ABCD pattern down here. And what we'll be expecting now to see the market rally into about 10 o'clock, into about 45 minutes from now, it should be making some type of a rally. And at that point, it says it should be down for a considerable amount of the day. Now, this is all based on time, folks. So if the darn thing isn't working, what you've got to do is to get out of it. I'm going to be offering for a month. Those of you that want to take a look at this, it's going to be $100 a month. If you're interested, give me a call at just use my email, larrypesavento@gmail.com. I'm going to be covering the main ones that we look at, which are natural gas, silver, euro, crude oil, S&P, gold, bonds, and sometimes the NASDAQ. And then I'll throw in, once in a while, Facebook, Apple, or Tesla, something like that, if it looks really good. I'm looking for things that are setting up, folks. That's all I'm looking for. You know, it's different than most of the stuff because it's forward thinking, but by golly, when it doesn't work, you know, it really doesn't work. Look at last night here. This is a perfect example here in the European session, which I happen to be watching here. Let's get it up here so you can see it. 1 second here. We'll be watching here. Okay. This is the, you can see that 3:30 in the morning, there was a really nice high that occurred, but it only lasted for an hour and a half. And then look, it went all the way up and then made a new high, and then it's been down ever since. So once that starts up, when it should be going down, that tells you something's wrong. It means the vibration is not there anymore, because what it is a time vibration. That's the main thing. Hey, folks, I know you guys love talking about the well, it's none of my business. It's not my website. It's not my den. You guys talk about whatever you want. It's up to you. I will give you my 2 cents worth on the COVID virus. Folks, it's a really bad disease. It's nothing like the Spanish flu. So you got to learn to live with it. Locking down a country is the wrong way to go. It's killing old people, but old people are going to die anyway. We've lost several of our neighbors here just recently. Fred just died 2 days ago. He was 93. Great health. We saw him going to the mailbox. That's it. The sugar still looks okay, Ruby. It's going up, so I think it's still got a chance. I don't trade it, but I watch it for you, dear, and it's looking like it's pretty good. The key time means that what it means is, Russ, is that the computers went in and looked at this thing trade up and down on a time base. It has nothing to do with price, because that could be a really good bottom there at 10 o'clock, because if that thing flips over, that could be a real bottom, and it could be good. You have to wait till you get to 10 o'clock. It means it's like a magnet. That's the best way to look at it. The magnet, or a tuning fork. You got a tuning fork and you hit it, go boom. If you grab the tuning fork, it stops tuning, right? Well, that key time is where it should stop tuning. Just like silver and gold. Right now they're acting okay, but I don't know if they're going to work or not. It's hard to explain. I mean, it's not an easy thing to do. It's just one of those things. I wrote a book about the whole thing, but I never did publish it. I have it, but I don't publish the darn book anymore, because I didn't want people to ask me too many questions, because at the time I thought it was the Holy Grail, but it's not. It's just something that works pretty good most of the time. But that's it. Thank you for the question, Russ. I appreciate it. Ruby, I will look at sugar after the first break, and we'll be able to ask it. But, don't be afraid of this virus, folks. I mean, if you're young and healthy, you're fine. I'm at the 8th furlong pole, folks. I mean, and I'm not scared of it. Look at the president. He got it. Of course, he's healthy as a 36-year-old guy. The new president is not quite that high, but, we'll see. Anyway, we'll be moving on to a couple things that we need to talk about today. And the main thing is this thing is on the election is not going to be it's not going to be final for probably a couple of weeks, is my guess. That's really it. And boy, okay, Larry is off his soapbox now, and he's going to answer the question about Ruby. Ruby, the sugar still looks good. If it gets below $14 a pound, it doesn't look that good. So that's it, and we'll be able to look at that. Oh, Mr. Bill, come on. He didn't have okay. Bless America. Oh, dear God, please help me. Okay, anybody have any questions this morning, folks? Anybody have any questions? I guess not. Well, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Well, I'm still here. I just want to talk to you one more thing about the Bitcoin. Just give me a second here. All righty. Let me get this Bitcoin up. All right. Okay. Now, one of the smartest guys I know is John Jameson, and he told me that he thought in 2025, Bitcoin will be most probably, thank you, Marshall, I'll get the wheat up. Bitcoin will be at $50,000 a share. The old high was $20,000 a share. So these blockchains and cryptocurrencies are something that we have to start thinking about. I'm going to be adding that to the newsletter in the next 3 or 4 weeks, probably. The natural gas, same thing, Bob. I'll take care of the natural gas here for us here, but we'll take a look at that. Now the wheat. Now, where's my wheat chart? I put that wheat chart up there, and now I can't find it. Just a minute. The trouble is I get all these charts for you guys, and then I can't find them, and that's a bad sign, I guess. Let me see here what we're watching here. Okay, here's something I did want to cover today, very, very important, and that is I've showed this several times because it doesn't make a whole lot of difference who's elected or when. You'll see the stock market is going to have some pretty wild reactions, and we're having good reactions now. You got to love this volatility that we're having. I mean, people are buying this stuff. It's like they're having like a fire sale. But the things that go up, they're going to keep going up, and the things that go down are going to keep going down. That's pretty much what you're watching here. So this is the one. This was the forecast for gold. We thought the high in gold would be. Let's get this up here. You'll be able to see it here. There we go. There we go. You'll see it right here. There we go. Up here at around 1934 was our price target today. So we'll see what. Okay, here. Let's move on to just a little bit. And one thing I'm going to have to stop doing is reading the notes in here in the den, because that gets my train of thought off. And when I'm on my train, I usually have a rough time with it. So let's just keep in mind what we're doing here so we can watch it a little bit closer here. Okay, now let's go back to the Treasury bonds today. Remember, I told you I thought that it, doesn't make any difference now.
Larry Pesavento watches the markets 24/7, and now is a great time to try out his daily trading service, Fibonacci 24/7. Larry publishes videos and charts for subscribers throughout the week when warranted, and every weekend he puts out a thorough report covering worldwide markets, futures, commodities, and currencies with Fibonacci retracement levels, possible trading setups and zones, and stops and targets for all recommendations included. Larry applies the principles he's developed over decades of trading while analyzing a variety of markets for subscribers. To see for yourself the types of videos, charts, and analysis that Larry provides for his subscribers, sign up for Fibonacci 24/7 today by visiting the front page of TFNN.com under the newsletter tab. You'll also gain instant access to Larry's archived subscriber webinar from earlier this year. New subscribers get a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have nothing to risk. Sign up today. If you're a trader in the market looking to find the path that leads to maximizing profits while decreasing risk, then now is a great time to try out Dave White's daily trading service, The Path of Least Resistance. Through the use of options and equity trades, Dave advises his subscribers on a daily basis of the current market conditions and what possible trade setups are on the horizon. The Path of Least Resistance is published every trading morning, often with updates intraday when initiating trades or closing out positions. Dave White has advised his clients of some outstanding winning options and equity trades in recent months, and now is a great time to try it out for yourself. New subscribers to the Path of Least Resistance receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. See for yourself the types of options and equity trades that are available by signing up for the Path of Least Resistance today by visiting the front page of TFNN.com and selecting the newsletter tab. Sign up today. TFNN is excited about our new software charting program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts. In collaboration with Tom O'Brien and using his best-selling book, The Art of Timing the Trade, Your Ultimate Trading Mastery System, David White has programmed an outstanding piece of software that will complement any trader's methodology. Using this first-of-its-kind program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts allows you to scan thousands of stocks for Fibonacci formation setups, including Gartley's, ABC's, butterflies, and much more. The Art of Timing the Trade Charts is designed to help you when scouring the markets for stocks just beginning to form the trading patterns that many investors spend days, weeks, or even months searching to find. And right now, we're offering licenses available at only $79 a month. We are so confident that you're going to love this new charting software that will even give you a 30-day unconditional money-back guarantee. Don't miss out on this incredible new piece of software. Get your copy of The Art of Timing the Trade Charts today by visiting TFNN.com.
This segment is brought to you by Think or Swim. For more information, just click the Think or Swim banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
Okay, we're back, folks, and I believe we have a caller calling in today. Shane, are you there?
Good morning, Larry. Is this Duke and Duke?
Yeah, this is Duke and Duke. This is Mortimer. Listen, I have a question. Were you a lifeguard when you were younger?
No.
Well, you just threw a line to me, buddy. You just threw a line to me, so tell us what you've got. And please, folks, we are going to have Shane on for the show, the big show on November the 9th. I believe that is Ronald Reagan's birthday. And I believe somebody else has a birthday on that day.
You know who has a birthday that day?
I think it's you, isn't it,
It's
Bubba?
me.
Yay!
Yeah, November the 9th. Yeah. Ronald Reagan's
Sarah's going to be
Aquarius,
baking
actually.
the cake for you, so we'll be
Oh,
ready.
thank you. That would be great, guys. I love spending time with you and the viewers here. Oh, I think it's a good time here. So, all right. So let's talk about COVID. So you guys know I'm always bringing you data on COVID, and what I'm trying to bring you guys is data straight from the CDC. This is not, these graphs that I show you are straight graphs, from the CDC. So I'm not trying to push one way or another. I'm just trying to explain a few things to you. So one of the things here on COVID that people need to understand is that, yes, we are at record numbers of cases, but we need to understand that the actual number of cases is directly related to the amount of people being tested. So the green, I have two graphs here, okay? So just to make this simple, the green graph is actually the number of tests across time. So this green graph shows you that as we go across time, we're over 3,000 tests per million now per day. And you can see that the number of cases go up with that. And there's no denying that, guys. I mean, that's what's happening in terms of the number of cases. Now, within this orange curve, which is the number of cases, yes, there's some waves in here. You can see that, right? You can see there's some spikes and there's some troughs. So clearly we have surges and, declines and surges and declines. And we're currently in a surge in the virus. There's no doubt about that. But I just want to put that in perspective because to really understand that, again, I always go back to this percent positive graph, but I feel like this is really what is important with COVID because if we're going to try to understand what's going on, we need to look at this objectively and we need to look at the percent positives. This is really what's happening. Now, Larry, I expect this to go up. I have this COVID transit peaking later in the month around the 27th of November. I do expect this to keep going up, and there's a good chance that in the winter, this could keep going just like the flu does. But I do feel that there is a vaccine coming. They are very close on this, Larry. And I think within the next few months, we are going to have some type of a vaccine coming. And the therapeutics have improved. So you definitely don't want to get COVID. And you don't have to die from it for it to mess you up. I mean, it can scar your lungs. I mean, people are not the same after they get it, a lot of people. So Anyway, so just wanted to point that out. So I'm not saying don't worry about it, but what I am saying is it is still lower than it was in July. So getting to the market here real quick, the fear and greed index is still low. Believe it or not, even with this rally, it's still 36. So there's still a lot of fear out there in the market, believe it or not. So this is a very, very strange situation right now, what we're dealing with. I'm going to show you the S&P 500 here. This rally, the Fed use has not picked this up. The Fed use is still saying it's in a sell down here. So, right now this market is just kind of rallying on its own ahead of the Fed. So I'm a little bit cautious about this right now because I'd like to see the Fed involved with this. I'd like to see the Fed pushing this market higher. But I do feel like no matter what, that this market is going to push higher, guys. And I've been saying that. I don't care who the president is. What we got to look at is the Fed. And the Fed is very strong on this market. Now, I've been talking about these waves. I'm not an Elliott wave statistician or anything like that, but I do count the waves sometimes, and I do know that when you have these corrective patterns, these Elliott corrections come in 3, 5, 7, and 11 wave patterns, and so we currently just finished an 11 wave correction down, and I was counting this out, and when we got to 9 waves, I said I think this 11 wave might be the end of a correction. So if this is actually the end of this C wave, if this is 3 waves, if this is a C wave here, we finish, then that should have been the start of a big rally higher. So far it looks like that could be the case, but we just don't know yet. And I would caution people, this stuff, in terms of the election, this stuff ain't over till it's over. I did figure that would be a close election. I did not believe the polls, and I was saying that on your show. I did think I did predict Trump to win the election, but this is a close race. This is coming down to the very wire here, and this is going to go to the Supreme Court. So it looks right now that it's favoring Biden at this point, but we just don't know. And I would caution people until everything is officially sealed and ratified, and they certify the results and all that. We really just don't know right now. So I would just say to be cautious about that. I mean, it does look like things are clearing up, and the market's definitely like for things to be clear, but we just don't know yet. We're not 100%. Now, this is another image that I use to track the Fed. Now, miraculously here, the Fed is finally starting to increase what's going on here with the Fed juice. So you can see here that there was many times when the markets were falling here, and it looked like the Fed was going to try to increase the juice, and they didn't, and it kept falling. But finally here, you can see that it is finally starting to cross up now. So they are starting to cross this up. Now, at some point, they are going to raise the juice here, and this market is going to go higher. I think it's just a question of when, not if, but when. And again, I don't think it really matters who is in office. I think that this is largely dependent upon what the Fed is doing, and I think the Fed is very strong right now. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. No, I'm listening to every word. My our neighbor here is chief of ICU unit at the Arizona Medical Center, and so she keeps us updated, of what's happening and stuff. So we've only known one person that has died from ICU or from COVID-19. But anyway, I'm sorry for interrupting about that. Can I ask another question about the Fed juice?
Sure.
If the Fed juice is not in here, what's making this market go up? That's one of the questions we're having for one of our listeners.
That's a very good question. So
I think it's more buyers and sellers, but I haven't quite defined it yet.
Definitely on the short term. People have asked me that. On the short term, this market can move without the Fed. There's no doubt about that. I mean, so when you're talking about a period of a few days, absolutely this market can move without the Fed. But what I look at is the longer term trends of the market, like the weekly time frame. Those are the things that I really care about. So yeah, it can move without the Fed short term, but we don't really have that follow through yet. This is a new signal that I have here. It's called the Fast Fed 2.7. It's a different system that I offer with the Platinum. So we currently have a long position open on gold right now, and my target is 1944. So just to let the viewers know, and that's going to be only through today, but it looks like it's heading up to that target now. So that was the only symbol that I was really interested in, to be honest with you, Larry. I didn't like the way the S&P was looking, and I've essentially just had everybody, my recommendation is to stand aside on the S&P just because it's acting so strange right now compared to the other markets. I mean, a lot of these other markets are acting more consistent and more stable than the S&P. The S&P, for whatever reason, tends to be one of the most unstable markets right now.
Shane, I have some news for you. It's been unstable since April the 16th, 1982.
Well, perception,
hey, listen,
right?
Thanks for calling in, buddy. We'll have you on Monday. You're going to be your day. We're going to have a big party.
Thanks, Larry. Thanks, everybody.
Okay,
have a great
Shane Smolyan, wolftrader.com, folks.
Hi, folks. This is Tom O'Brien. The printing presses are working 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. The U.S. deficit has risen 200% in 1 year with no end in sight. The markets are looking for an additional stimulus bill to get us through this once-in-a-generation pandemic. There is no free lunch, folks. The more stimulus dollars put into the marketplace, the less your dollar is worth each and every day. This is the time to protect yourself with a portion of your portfolio in the metal market. The Gold Report comes out each Monday morning. I bisect and dissect the dollar, silver, gold, the XAU, and the HUI. The Gold Report is a long-term hedge against the dilution of your buying power. The U.S. has put more than $6 trillion into the marketplace in the last 6 months, with more expected in the next few months. The market did and does need the stimulus, but it will have long-term implications on our buying power. The Gold Report comes with a 30-day money-back guarantee. Go to TFNN.com and order the Gold Report now. Protect your buying power. Order the Gold Report now.
Will the S&P 500 continue to climb? For bold trades on U.S. large-cap stocks in either direction, trade SPXL, SPUU, or SPXS. Directions Daily S&P 500 Bull and Bear Leveraged ETFs. Direction leveraged ETFs. An investor should carefully consider a fund's investment objective, risks, charges, and expenses before investing. A fund's prospectus and summary prospectus contain this and other information about Direction shares. To obtain a fund's prospectus and summary prospectus, call 866-476-7523 or visit directioninvestments.com. A fund's prospectus and summary prospectus should be read carefully before investing. An investment in the fund is subject to risk, including the possible loss of principal. The funds are designed to be utilized only by sophisticated investors such as traders and active investors. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
Many of our new listeners have heard about the Tiger's Den. The Tiger's Den is a lively community where professional traders and investors can meet, exchange ideas and information in a comfortable, moderated atmosphere. Hear all of the TFNN shows, plus see all of the charts as they happen live and have access to archives of all of those charts. You can test drive the Tiger's Den absolutely free for 30 days and greatly enrich your knowledge of these markets and how to make your money work for you. Details on the Tiger's Den are on the front page of TFNN.com.
TFNN has launched our brand new website. You can still visit us at the same TFNN.com URL, but when you do, you'll see a new and improved homepage with a much simpler navigation, whether you're watching Tiger TV live in high definition or just accessing your newsletter subscriptions. We even have new pricing in 6 months and yearly options. Check out the new TFNN.com now and experience all the upgrades. TFNN.com, educating investors.
The Bull Bear Trading Hour with Tom and Tommy O'Brien. Next.
Okay, folks, we're back, and I believe we have a caller on the line. Robert, are you there?
Yes. Good morning, Larry.
Good morning, my friend. And you have a question about gold?
Yeah, I actually, in particular, about the GDX, the gold miners. So
sure.
My question is I look at charts at a little longer term, and I'm on a weekly. So you were talking about, I guess I'll talk about both gold and gold miners. On gold, you were, we're getting a pop, but weren't you expecting it to go down and visit the low 1800 areas? Are you still expecting that, or is that past and now it's off?
If we get above 1940, I'm afraid that that's not going to make it. Let's get this chart up here on the GDX, because I had lower prices on that one too. I thought it was going to get down to about 34.50. Now, what we had happen the other day is that we got up to the 39 level. It will probably be a little bit higher than that. If we can get this gold miner index above 40.50, it's got a pretty good chance. But I'm sticking with my prediction of a little bit lower gold price one more time, to wash people out, and then we'll see what's happening. Hey, Robert, I trade both sides. I was long yesterday, I'm short today, so that's how I do things. I'm looking at the amount of risk that I have to take. I'm not so keen on predicting where it's going to go, but I want to predict where I think the risk is, and that's what I'm looking at.
Right. Well, I know you trade shorter time frames, but I didn't know if when you back up and you look at the longer term time frame, if you felt like it, we've like on a weekly basis, if you look at a weekly chart, if you felt like it's kind of bottomed out now.
Yep, that probably has. And we get above the 1936 level in the gold. That'll be the first step, but I think 1940 is a more realistic one, to look at. If we can close above that, that would be a pretty good. Now, I'm not going to buy it on a breakout like that, because every time I do that, I ended up not doing too well. But what I will watch is I'll watch for a retracement level, and that's what I'll be paying very close attention to.
Okay, great. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Hey, thank you very much for calling in, Robert. I appreciate it, buddy. And be safe out there, okay?
Okay, you too. Have a good day.
Okay. Okay, folks, let's go back here and revisit where we were here on the S&P. Let's get this chart up so we can take a quick look at it. This is what we were looking at for today. You'll notice that we're coming into the key time here in about 15 minutes. Right now, we've got 3 lower highs. You can see that. We made the ABCD in the morning, expected to rally. It rallied from 86 so far up to 98. My guess is around 10 o'clock, it should start down for the next 3.5 hours. And to me, that's like a month. So that's it. That's what I'm watching out here. Now we're starting to accelerate here. That's good. So I don't know how high it's going to be, see, folks, because it's the time that you have to wait on. This might be making a new contract high at 35.09 at that time. But still, if it gets there, that tells me what I have to do. And that's what I'll try to do. That's basically, what I'm looking at. So if we see that, I hope that helps. Anyway, that's what I'm watching right now. I mean, it was a buy down there. I mean, that's why I put the ABCD down in there. I mean, right now it's at what, 80, from 80, 86 up to where we are right now. That's quite a bit. So anyway, that's what these things are doing. They're doing it in time, and we're able to look at it. Now, I posted the chart in the market there for Ruby. Ruby, pay very, very close attention to that chart on sugar that I posted with that really dark black line there. That is telling you that's the 38.2 retracement and hit it spot on, dead bang within a penny. And if we get below that 13.98, Ruby, don't be long sugar, because that's the first sign that weakness is coming in. That's the main thing, to pay close attention to. Hey, there again, this is my 2 cents worth. So, we'll see what's going on, and we'll move to that level. Okay, now let's see if we had any other questions. Just double check in here. Right now, there is one line open if you want to call in. It's 877-927-6648, and we'll see what's going on. Someone's asked a question about the silver. If silver gets above 25.11, it will be wrong. If gold gets above 1930. 34, 36 and a half, that would be wrong too. So you'd have to be looking at it. You're out of your longs and we're short. That's basically all I can tell you here. We got another caller coming in possibly. Another phone call just lined up, and he had to run out and get some groceries, so he'll come back a little bit. The oil market, there's a good one. Let's take a quick look at the oil market. We'll just watch it here where we are. Here's there's what I'll put it in on the short-term basis to see where we are this morning, and then what we'll do is we'll go to a daily chart, and you'll see where we are on the daily, and we'll be able to draw this up a little bit. You'll notice here. Okay, this is a really nice one. Hold on, let's go to a 60-minute because we can see the retracement happening as we speak. Let's get this up here, clean out all this other stuff here. And here we are. Now we can talk about the oil. We just made the 61% retracement up here yesterday at 39.30. We've only been able to drop about $1 from there. So there should be some resistance here at this 39 level. And again, remember that 33.60 we made down there, folks. That was a very, very important retracement number. But we still think oil's got a chance to make $30 or under $30 on a longer-term basis, and we'll put that up here so you can see the longer-term picture here, if in fact it is right. Just give me a second, and we'll move on right here. There's the level we're looking at, and that's the 30 level is a 38% retracement of the whole thing, and then we will determine whether you want to be long from there or not. Someone's asked the question is, why is the market going up? Folks, there's some pretty smart people out there that have a lot of money that are buying stocks. So you have to assume that they're right. I mean, the open interest hasn't gone crazy in these things. So, but there's people that are buying stocks, and for that reason, you have to pay very close attention to it, because you can't stand in front of these markets, folks, either up or down. That's the key. You can be wrong a lot, but my goodness, you only have to be right once or twice, and then you're going to be in pretty good shape. Now we got the S&P here. The key time here is coming at 10 o'clock. That's when we end. So you're going to be on your own here. But if we make a new high at 35.08, 35.09, I don't believe that's going to be bullish. But that's just my 2 cents worth. Let's just look at this for a second. Hold on. We have someone calling in here. We've got a caller from Alan. Alan, are you there?
Yes. How you doing, Larry?
I'm good. You're asking a question, how to draw the charts by hand?
Yeah. What book can you recommend? Or because, you can do it on the computer, but I'm not grasping the actual work ethic on it.
Very smart. First of all, don't use a black background on your computer. Use something light like white or mauve or something. Print out the chart with nothing on it. No moving averages, just the blank chart, okay?
Oh,
Print the black chart. Print the blank chart out, and then just draw the things up and down. If you email me at larrypesavento@gmail.com, I'll show you. There's a little video that I made to show you how to do it. It's really simple, and that's the way you should do it. Sarah has a stack over here of over 500 of them that she's did, and okay. Anyway, if you'll send that to me, Alan, I'll be happy to send it out to you. Okay.
Hey, I appreciate it, Larry. Thank you.
Not a problem, Al. Thanks for calling in. 877-927-6648.
Back in the day, I joined Hotel California in 2006, and like many of you, was drawn in by, as well as...
Whatever you think about, you bring about. Whatever you focus on grows.
You see, I believe that everything in life happens for us, not to us. And Tom ignited the fire within me to want to learn how to master the markets. So how did I go from knowing nothing about technical analysis to becoming the #1 market timer for the S&P 500 in 2018 and the #2 market timer in 2019? Simply put, I hired coaches with a proven track record, which led me to a whole new set of tools that I created to interpret the message of buyers and sellers. I would love the opportunity to teach you this award-winning set of tools and help you improve your market timing. You can test drive my newsletter service, Mastering Probabilities, for the next 30 days with no risk to you. Plus, you'll gain access to archive workshops that'll take you step by step through my system. Sign up today by going to the homepage of TFNN.com and selecting Mastering Probability in the newsletter tab.
If you haven't checked out the newsletters page of TFNN.com, what are you waiting for? All of the TFNN newsletters are informative, up-to-date, affordable, and a must-have for every trader looking to gain a competitive informational edge in today's markets. TFNN newsletters cover every aspect of the markets to offer you the very latest in market news. Plus, new subscribers get to test drive our newsletters risk-free for 30 days. From all aspects of the markets, including stocks, bonds, metals, commodities, and tech, there's a newsletter to fit your needs exclusively from TFNN. Stay informed each day you trade and get that competitive edge that will help you stay ahead of the game. Visit our newsletters page by going to TFNN.com and click the newsletters button near the top of the page. TFNN.com, educating investors.
With markets trading with extreme volatility and peaks and troughs everywhere, regardless of what you're looking at in the markets, this is a great time to see the type of analysis Basil Chapman delivers for his subscribers every market day with the Opening Call newsletter. Basil has been analyzing markets, providing his take for subscribers to his trading services since 1984. Every morning, Basil publishes an update for his subscribers, along with weekend and evening updates when warranted. The Opening Call provides traders a daily market overview with regard to the direction of the key indices, selective stocks and commodities, along with specific recommendations including stops and targets. You also gain instant access to Basil's subscriber webinar archive from earlier this year, a dark cloud cover, and essential market analysis. Ride the Chapman wave today by signing up for the Opening Call newsletter on the front page of TFNN.com under the newsletter tab. New subscribers get a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have nothing to risk. Sign up today.
This segment is brought to you by Think or Swim. For more information, just click the Think or Swim banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
Okay, we're back, folks, coming into 10 o'clock, so it's going to be interesting to see what the market's going to be doing at 10 o'clock. Very important. And the other thing is I don't get many complaints about my shows and stuff, but I got 2 complaints yesterday for having Alan on the line. And Alan, no Quartermain Pastavazul, has been my buddy for 50 years. He's a stand-up guy. You guys, if you had a friend like Alan standing at your grave when you die, you'll be a lucky person. So that's all I wanted to say. He's the most philanthropic guy you'll ever want to meet. I was with him in a restaurant once in Westwood, California at, what was the name of the place? Rubens. And we were having a big Jewish breakfast, and the waitress was there. She didn't have any idea who Alan was. He'd only been there once before. I'd only met him about maybe a year ahead of time. We were having breakfast there, and the waitress had tears in her eyes, and she was really, just really distraught. And he said, "What's the matter?" And she said, "Well, my son's been accepted to Princeton, and, he's only got a partial scholarship, and we're going to have to pass, and he's going to have to go to a school here in Los Angeles." He wrote a check for every year for 5 years so that kid could graduate from engineering school at Princeton University. Never asked for anything back, never asked for a thank you or nothing. So he's a stand-up guy, boys and girls. I do my best in here to try to give you some good information. Some of it sucks, some of it's pretty good, but you have to decipher it out. The main thing you got to do is you got to take responsibility for what you do, because I can give you some ideas. Whether you act on them or not, I don't know. So that's it. But if you have any complaints, I'm the one you got to complain to, because I'm the one doing the show. So we'll see what happens. Tomorrow, hopefully, I'm going to have Bill Meridian on, because if you remember, he said this election would be contested for quite some time. He thought a minimum of 3 to 4 weeks, and I'm trying to get him to come on and upscale what's going on here. So live every day in an attitude of gratitude, and may God bless. And may the best man win.